everyone. Welcome to another episode of Rees Besties, a space where real talk meets real energy and real conversations come alive. So, I have with me here students from the University of Health and Allied Sciences, FN Banker School of Public Health to be precise, contesting for the Miss and Mr. SPH. So before we delve deep into today's conversation, I would like to introduce them all to you. From starting from my left.
Okay, thank you. My name is Godwin Daladam Kwekudachimo, a health information student level 100.
Okay.
And I am Elisabeth Tyre, nutrition student.
All right. Thank you. So to watch us, we are available on all social media platforms, and we would like you to like our pages, comment, and share your views, share your thoughts on what you think and how this program is to you, how you are enjoying it. Share. We would like to know all your reactions. And then this program is sponsored by amazing companies, which would like to introduce or mention here. The first one is the NTL Mini Importation, Evergreen Photography, and the JMK Photography. My name is Adobe, and I would like you to stay glued to your devices and enjoy us have this conversation. So starting off, Godwin, which project are you working on?
Okay, so I'm working on substance abuse and hidden addiction.
Okay, substance abuse and
Hidden addiction.
all right. So what about you, Tara?
Well, it's just on substance abuse generally.
Okay, but then female.
Alright.
Okay, all right. So Godwin, what is substance abuse and what is hidden addiction?
So substance abuse is the excessive use of drugs and other things
Okay,
without any prescription for them.
all right.
And also hidden addiction is what you do without somebody seeing. But
Okay.
it's still something that is hurting you inside. That is hidden addiction.
So what you do without someone seeing? Okay. What about you, Tara? What is your project work?
Well, it's basically on substance abuse, as how my brother said. And
Okay.
we all know what substance abuse is, and youth of today now abuse it for fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So starting with Godwin, when we say substance abuse, like Tiara said, most people picture, alcohol, hard drugs. You know what hard drugs are. And then what are the hidden addictions people in Ghana, to be precise, are struggling with that fly under the radar? Okay. Like the tramadol, the vaping, or the pills. So what's your take on that?
And so some hidden addictions that people are struggling with are the use of some people they use paints. And
Pains.
yes. Instead of
Injection.
maybe spoke no through the nose.
Okay.
Yeah. Then also some people they mostly use their phone. Like being addicted to the phone. Yeah, that is
Okay.
also a hidden addiction.
Okay. So what are some of the things, as I said earlier, most people picture alcohol, hard drugs, but then there are some petty things people abuse that they do not take notice of. So we would like you to mention some of those things that comes to mind.
Okay. So some of them are paracetamol.
Okay.
So what happens is that when you're out there and then you have a slight headache, you would want to just have a fast way to pull it down. So you would go for paracetamol. Another one is something that we don't really take care of. That is some time.
Yeah.
We abuse time so much. Let's say that you have a class at 7 o'clock and then you have to be there by 7, but you think that the lecture's not going to be there by 7, so you tend to come at 7:10 or 7:20. That's just what I abuse.
Okay.
It's crazy,
Wow.
right?
Then perhaps I abuse most often.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, and next, Tiara. So, women often hide substance abuse more than men do. Okay. So, why do you think women do that? Or what makes women hide substance abuse, because you see men walking freely, smoking by the roadside, inhaling all sort of drugs, okay, vaping when you go to the clubs. But women, there's this tag on us. Why do you think, women hide to do these things that men do?
Because of shame.
Okay.
Shame because um nowadays, like, whatever a woman does, like, people complain, and then through that the woman feels shame,
Okay.
and then tries to hide herself.
Okay, so when you say nowadays, whatever a woman does, people do complain about it. I would like you to elaborate more on that. What are some of the things that, we get stigmatized or we face backlash when we do? Which men equally do. They even do it more than us. Yeah. Okay. So let's say a man can go out, have multiple sexual partners, for instance. But a woman, you can't do that because obviously society is going to judge you with so many rules, 140,000 rules on earth, because you're a woman and you shouldn't do what men. But then they approve it when men are doing. For instance, like cocaine. If a man is to inhale or sniff cocaine, it's not a big problem. But if they see a lady smoking, hey, why are you smoking? But they've forgotten that the same things the men go through, we go through them as well, right? So society has to do better with that. Coming back to Godwin, and also to my viewers, SPH organizes this pageant, which is the Mr. and Miss SPH, where we crown the queen and then the king of campus. So, in order for them to stay in the competition, or in order for them to win, I'd like you to stay glued to your devices, watch them, follow whatever they're coming to say, and then from that, if you fall in love with whatever they say, or you resonate with whatever they say here, and you would like to make them win, you support them adequately. Thank you. So back to Godwin. So, what are the early warning signs, okay, of hidden addiction that family or friends usually miss until it gets serious?
Take it again.
Okay, so what are some of the hidden addictions, okay, that people do not notice, friends and family do not notice until it becomes serious? It gets to a point where, like, it's so obvious they are addicted to something. For instance, let's say someone is addicted to social media. At the initial stage, we take it normal. Okay, or for instance, if someone starts smoking at the initial stage, we take it normal. We are not so, we don't pay attention to it. But when we realize that the smoking is giving the person, or the person has developed a mental health illness, that's when, hey, we have to be serious. So he's addicted. He's most almost every day. That's when you see them keeping track of the number of times the person smokes and all of that. So what are some of the things that what are some of the things that people addict, like people become addicted to, but they are not identified, or their families don't get to know until it becomes serious?
Okay. You just give some example about the smoking.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it starts like that, there's something that happens there.
What are some of the early signs and warnings?
Okay, sure. So some early signs are that the person begins to feel some sort of happiness, not really
Okay.
happiness, but a way of getting pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that is an early sign. And then because you're getting pleasure, you wouldn't want to stop what you're doing. So that is when it graduates to become an addiction.
Okay. Yes. So there should be a sign as a family. Okay. Let's say if my brother is engaging or is indulged in such behavior, I mean, there should be a sign I should know, so that I know that, if he starts this, I know that, he's on his way to addiction. Okay, what are some of the signs we should take notice of? Does it mean if they're happy or excited about something, we should consider that as a gateway to an addiction.
Somehow like that, but not always the case. Yeah.
Okay.
So something could be their way of talking. Yeah. So when somebody starts abusing, let's say, like they start smoking, the person's way of talking will change. Maybe the way of viewing things will also change. So that is something. That is one.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Tiara, back to you. So women, okay. Some of the health risks for women who misuse um substance are they different from men? Okay.
No, no.
As a woman, when you abuse substance, your consequence or some of the risks you save, okay, are they different from what the men also faces?
No, please. They are
Okay.
not. Because we all have the same organs. Yeah, that is functioning throughout, so they are not the same.
Okay, so what are some of the consequences of substance abuse, if I may ask?
Oh, they face this um liver and then kidney problems. Yeah,
Okay,
and
all
then heart
right,
transplant.
sure, right. Okay, back to you, Godwin. So you think, okay, that there's a myth that you can stop anytime. Let's say, for instance, you start abusing drug. Do you think there's a myth? Okay, back. I'm coming
Okay.
again with my question. So the question is, so there's a myth. Okay, there's a myth that you can stop anytime, at any time when you start to abuse drugs, use drugs, and all of this. It's a myth that you can start at any time. It's just weak willpower. How false is that? And what's actually happening in the brain body with the addiction?
So it's not true they can stop very fast like that.
Okay, why
That's
is
because um, I said earlier something about pleasure.
that?
Right.
Okay.
So when we do things, we do things because we want to get some pleasure or maybe some relaxation. So when it happens that you're doing a thing over and over and then the gaze has been set for you.
Sure.
Yeah. Then when you do, let's say that you walk for 2 miles today and then you become happy. When that happiness is there, as you continue to go, you would want to walk extra miles. And that is going to make you to do extra things to reach that same happiness.
Okay, so let's use substance, a drug, for instance.
Okay. So let's say that you take tramadol. Let's say that you you have a headache today, and then you took one tramadol. It worked
Okay.
for you, perfect.
Yeah.
And then another time to you have it, and then it was a little severe than the one before. You would want to use that same tramadol, but
Yeah.
because you feel that it's a little higher than the weight of this, you would want to use more than one
Yeah.
to achieve the same goal that you
Right.
get.
Okay. So Tyra, so there's a stigma that good women do not have addictions. You think that is true?
Well, it's true
How true is that?
because some of these women
Okay.
like get addicted to these things because of pleasure and then stress release.
Okay. I think mostly women are afraid of being judged. Okay, because most times we carry the role of being the good woman. As a woman, you're supposed to be nurturing, you're supposed to be the caretaker, the caregiver, and a lot of things in the house. So as a woman, if you open up that, oh, I have an addiction, first of all, you may think about what people will say, right? How your family will see you, even your children, how are they going to take it? Because you, as a mother and as a woman, you're like a role model in a society that people would look up to. So even before you open up to say that you're addicted, you have an addiction, all these thoughts run through your mind. That's why I think women are hesitant to speak about their addictions to people more. Because I think sometimes they may be perceived as weak women or failure. They don't want to have this tag as failures. So rather than seeking help at the initial stage when they realize they have addictions, they tend to manage the addictions themselves so that society doesn't judge them, okay, or stigmatize against them for doing those things. Do you have any addictions to add to these suggestions or submissions?
Yeah.
All right. So, if you enjoyed our conversation and want to see Tyra and Godwin in the finals, and not just as finalists but then as winners as well, you may as well want to support them by voting for them. Okay, so there's an opportunity to promote yourself to our viewers. Okay, so how can they vote for you?
Okay, so to vote for me, you need to use the short code that is star 928 star 360 hash with the nominee code MBJ8. Yeah, star 928 star 360 with the nominee code MBJ8.
Okay, how about you, Tyra?
Well, there is a short code which is *928 *360 hash, and the nominee code is MCJZ.
Okay, so please and please and please and please do well and then vote for them to win the show, to be a Mr. and Miss SPH. Okay, and then last but not least, would like to say thank you to our able sponsors who have supported us to make this show come alive. So would like to say a very big thank you to NTL Mini Importations, to Evergreen Photography, to JMK Photography as well. My name is Adobe, and this is Reese with Seeds, where real talk meets real conversations and real energy come alive. See you in our next episode. Ciao.